accepted?
I accept. I
Christ?
accept this recording.
Okay, you've accepted the Zoom god.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to do the intro? Because I was gonna do the intro.
Yeah, man.
All right. I wish I could like here. Let me see. All right. Cool. Um, nice. That way I can look at you and my notes at the same time. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. I got notes.
All right. All right. What's up, buds, and welcome to a new episode of the Earbuds Podcast, the podcast where two friends talk about one album for many minutes. We are your hosts, Lucas, Mr. Mello, Inderkovs, here with my co-host, my friend, my bud, Ash High Times Hanrahan. Ash, how are you today? Yeah.
Oh, Lucas.
Smoke weed every day, right, Ash?
I haven't touched the ground in a couple days, man. You know what I'm fucking
flying
saying?
the friendly skies over there in Seattle.
I'm firing on the friendlies, man.
I just remember what we were going to try and do in this episode, and I forgot to ask if it was okay to do it.
Yeah, man, let's do it. Fuck it, right? Why not?
Well,
it's fine if this one goes down the fucking chute. I think I'm gonna need it for this episode too.
Oh God, that's not a good sign. Well, today we are talking about an album that I love and decided to force Ash into listening for this podcast. The album is called Purple Noon, and it was written and produced by the godfather of chillwave, Washed Out. Ash,
Yes,
first off, do you even like chillwave?
I mean, I guess this is the first I've listened to it, so I guess not.
Really? Like you don't like a Toro y Moi? Or
I have not listened to a Toro y Moi. I have not listened
Indian?
to a Neon Indian.
Com Trues, perhaps.
No, these are all words that you're making up, actually.
Oh, so this is the first. This is your introduction to chillwave.
I guess so.
Oh shit! That's either a really good thing or a really bad thing.
Well,
we'll get it. We'll get
into it.
I love chillwave, dude. I love chillwave a lot.
Really, I was not expecting that from you, sir.
This style?
No, I was not expecting it. I, in fact, wanted to ask. Well, throughout this episode, I will be asking you what you see in this album.
Why?
Why? What? How?
Well, oh shit! All right, foreshadowing. Well, Washed Out is by far my favorite chillwave artist, and I think this is my favorite chillwave record, especially my favorite Washed Out record for sure.
All right.
You know, and we'll dive like super deep, but I think like a pretty good. Let me just do an umbrella description of this album real quick.
Yeah.
It's super breathy and airy.
Yep.
And chill to the fucking bone.
Yes.
Just cold. I think this is basically what I would categorize this as is like sleepy sex music.
I think that's a pretty accurate description.
Right?
I would say you see the name Washed Out and you kind of already got it.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't think that because when I heard Washed Out, the name, I thought it was gonna be a punk band. And this is not punk music. Like this is like if it's late and you're both exhausted from like binging, Bear in the Big Blue House or something, or just a Hey
Arnold, me so well.
A Hey Arnold binge-a-thon, and you just want to get some sleep, but then like one of y'all touches the other one's bits, and things get hot and heavy. And I feel like this is the perfect music for like a 3 a.m. sex session.
Kind of where like no one's gonna put too much effort into it, but it is gonna happen.
It's sleepy, it's a little slow, but like eventually it'll end.
So yeah. Eventually it's gonna finally end. You'll be relieved.
Eventually you'll do it, right? You might as well.
Yeah, right.
But I definitely,
which is how I go about all my sexual encounters, really.
I mean, yeah, that's Ask any of my old partners. They'll say like it looked like he just wanted to end it.
It's just kind of looking to get more about the destination than the journey.
It looks like he's just singing Washed Out to himself until it was over. Just stare, 1,000-yard stare. And I will say, if you don't like the first song on the record, you're probably not going to like the last song or any song in between,
And
which
why is that, Lucas?
I thought that was the riskiest part about bringing this album to the podcast and to you, because I wasn't really sure if you'd be able to jive with the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I mean, I can swang to the thing, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I
Can you?
think, well, not the whole thing,
Not the whole
but
thing.
but like a little
Like
bit
a
of the
half a
thing.
thing.
A
Okay.
little bit of the thing.
Okay.
The first song is a great indication of the entire album. So is the second song, the third song, 4th through 10th as well.
Yes. Yeah. And I would say the fact if you don't like the first track, you're not gonna like the rest of it, does have a lot to do with the music for sure on the record. But I think it has almost a lot more to do with the production on the record.
Yeah, there is an extremely consistent production throughout this record. It's, as you said before, it's very dreamy, it's very roomy.
Yeah, very
Um
airy and
it's
breathy.
when I look at the name Washed Out now, I imagine like a kind of worn out shirt. That's kind of the design is kind of scratched off and it's like super vintage.
Old
And I was
blue.
like, oh,
Everyone's got
hey,
an old blue,
oh,
you
yeah,
know? Yeah.
right.
It's a shirt that's like, yeah, when it's nice and breezy outside, you can wear it and like your nips might get kind of hard because it's like just so, airy and breezy.
I,
I know what you're
there's
saying. I
there's
picked up what you're
nary
putting down.
nary a time my nips aren't hard,
I'm
but
swinging that thing in. But I think like I honestly think the songwriting is probably like honestly 20 to 30% of what makes this album so great for me, and the production is the 70%. And Ernest Green is the singer and the songwriter, and he does a lot of the production as well and plays a lot of the instruments. But Ben H. Allen also produced this, and I wanted to ask you, Ash, a little bit of trivia here.
awesome.
Judging from the production of this album, what other albums do you think Ben H. Allen has produced in his career?
Whew, well, there's this great showway band called like Native Indians that I like.
Okay.
That has some really good stuff. Toro y Moi,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
I've been listening to for a long time. Kind of the
Okay.
same type of
Did
thing.
you lie in
I
the beginning of the episode when I asked if you
No, I'm
listened to any of
lying
these
now
bands?
because
Oh, you're lying
I've
now.
never heard another Chillwave album,
Okay.
Lucas.
Well,
So
there's
like,
some other names on this. Like, have you heard of a Gym Class Heroes?
I have heard of a Gym
Have
Class
you heard of
Heroes.
Animal Collective?
I have heard of an Animal
How about
Collective.
Nars Barkley?
I've heard of a Gnarls Barkley.
What about a Cut Copy?
No,
Oh. What about a Notorious B.I.G.?
I know, no, not Toby be a guy.
Okay, well, Ben H. Allen has produced some of all of those guys' songs. That was a weird way to put it, but he also
Right.
co-wrote Asher Roth's hit "I Love College," which I didn't know.
Really?
Yeah, and he
Huh.
co-wrote CeeLo's song "Bright Lights, Bigger City."
So it kind of seems like he's got his finger in a couple pies. He doesn't really stay in one
He's
genre too
fingering
much.
several pies.
Great.
Yeah, like how you were talking about. Hey, if you're talking swinging things,
I,
I'm going to talk about fingering pies. Like,
right.
what? You're the only one that can.
Prying to pies.
I'm just thumbing pies left and right.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
he's been
so
around the block.
yeah. Let's get into the positives. Now we've kind of introduced
All right.
the record, right?
Yeah.
And JC, I forgot to ask this, but one thing that we were thinking about doing was taking a hit each before we get into the kind of the review, and then taking another hit when we get into the ratings, or like another hit with the choice nugs and another hit for the ratings. So like 3 hits total. Are you cool with that? Or should I just not do that right now? Shit. All right. We're doing this.
All right. My first hit will be not exactly the roach, but kind of the end of a little thing from yesterday there.
Wait, can you hear JC right now, Ash?
No, I can't.
Oh, shit. All right.
How about now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now I
So
can
like,
hear
I
you.
want to take a second just to examine. I'm not talking about in time when we're doing this. Examine how this went down.
I just
So
knew
it
I
was
gonna
like,
call that.
hey, you know what? let me pack my bag with all my shit, because what I ultimately want to do is, but let me not ask it first before we get into the episode. Let me put it into a situation where it's like, what an asshole if he says no. If we're already in the episode. It's like that thing where you set your parents up and you're just like, hey mom, I'm at school. I stayed after. Is it okay if I get a ride home with Johnny? She's like, well, shit, you're at home. I mean, you're at school. How's you gonna fucking get home? I guess I gotta say yeah now.
But it
no,
wasn't a
real cute,
setup.
real cute. Real
It
cute.
wasn't a setup because I'm
okay.
totally fine with not doing
This
it.
is an outtake. Put this in the BTS.
Nah, this shit's staying in. I'm editing this one. This is staying in.
You can edit me trying to light this and smoke it unsuccessfully.
What are you hitting there?
Fun.
What are you hitting there?
It's the end of a little fucking, I forgot what the strain was, but a girl I went on a date with yesterday came over with it. Is kind of the end of it. And the other two I'll be smoking out of a pipe. I'll be doing some Blue Magoo.
Blue Magoo.
Blue Magoo.
That sounds delicious. So you're gonna take one hit of a joint?
I mean, I'll try to take.
It's a weird.
We'll see how much. I don't know.
It's a weird. Okay. Well, I'm vaping out of the Dynavap vaporizer, and I got what the fuck strain is this? Lemon. I forget. Lemon something.
Lemon I forget.
It's from Alien Labs, so you know it's good. And it's gonna take a little bit. So JC, if you wanted to talk more shit about me, you have time.
I got a couple good hits. I think that's the end of that thing, though. Honestly.
Yeah, that looked like it was done before you even started.
Yep.
This takes a little bit to light, so fill in the dead air, Ash.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my rolling ground.
I don't know. I think there's something culturally inappropriate about that song.
Is that right?
I don't know.
Did Arnold Palmer actually make Arnold Palmer's? Or
you're asking me like I know.
I don't know. Maybe you do. He's like the guy's right here. He's like a golfer or something. His name's Arnold Palmer. So like it had to be him.
All right, I'm lucky I got that hit because this lighter is officially out of juice. Son of a bitch. That might be the only hit this episode for me.
What the fuck? You're making me go in the fucking trenches by myself?
Fuck yeah, but I'm drinking super strong beers. So, which by the way, JC, you need one? You get on yours? All right, he's ready. Ash, you got drinks?
I do. Should I get him?
I mean, if you want to fucking get weird.
I mean, if I go to party, I'm gonna party.
All right, let's go. I'll fill in the dead air.
This is extremely unprofessional.
Hurry up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. This is not how I saw this episode going, JC.
Okay. That's 15 minutes.
Making good time. Because you were on mic. I see what you're trying to say. I'm picking up your hints. God damn it. I can't believe my lighter ran out of fuel, dude. I literally almost refilled it on the way here or before I left. Oh, maybe if I turn it up. Oh, never mind. I'm definitely going to get some extra hits.
I cannot hear you, sir.
I turned this up. It's going. It's good. Don't waste it now.
Thank you
for
following through with the idea that you had.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay. Let's get into this thing.
Says my internet connection's unstable, but let's hope this sticks with it. All right, okay. With that hit, we're both feeling it a little bit here. Let's get into the positives of what you liked about this, because I have a feeling it's going to go by pretty fucking quick. So what was one thing you liked about this record?
One thing I liked about this record, as you said, the production is great across this whole thing. Yeah. It's such a chill kind of like wave of music, you know?
Oh,
it's got a real...
It's clever.
It's very roomy, it's very spacey. Everything's got some delay on it. Everything's got some fucking reverb on it.
Everything's all the drums. As fuck. It's all super wet. It's all super wet.
It's just wet. It's just drenched.
Yeah.
It's absolutely drenched. Maybe to its detriment. But if you're going into this into chill wave, I assume that's what you want. You don't want like any of that dry, like, No reverb, no
aggressive,
too aggressive, too upfront,
distorted,
too
yeah,
like, material. You know what I'm saying?
too confident, maybe also
Too confident,
because this
too
feels like,
interesting.
yeah, this feels like, I love this album, but it feels like music for insecure people a little bit. Mostly because the lyrics are all about like heart. It's either the song is either about an inevitable breakup, a breakup that just happened, or a breakup that happened a little while ago.
Man,
That's what every song is about.
don't even get me fucking started on what this guy said about this album.
Okay, well, wait.
We're going into the good stuff first.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're doing good stuff first.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Here's what I like. What?
Yeah. Well, I like the production.
Go. What?
That's good.
Okay. All right. That's it. That's all you like. That's the only thing you like about this record.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. All right. Well, I like the awesome 80s electronic percussion that is on every single song. It's almost like all the percussion, it seems like it was all like the only inspiration for the percussion sound and mixing was Phil Collins in The Air Tonight.
Right. It's
just
got
that one part.
Yeah,
that everyone knows.
Yeah, the one part.
Yeah, that one part. Yeah.
Every single, if you hear a drum fill, it's gonna be that fill.
It's that.
Basically.
It's that. Except on Paralyzed, where they do that cool kind of like, almost like dance hall. Yeah, kind of like reggaeton kind of drum fill, which I thought was really cool. But I love the percussion on the whole thing. Yeah, I love all the vocals. I think this is Washed Out's sexiest sounding record.
Well, that's all. That's what we're trying to get to.
Yeah,
at some point, all of us.
Super sexy. And I think the vocals are really sexy and breathy and like calming. They can be like, they can kind of chill you out, but
very
also
soothing.
Depending on the mood you're in, it can be also really kind of depressing and like melancholic and sad, just depending on what mood you're in.
Right. I mean, this entire album has an air of melancholy. Even the first song, that's the lyrics are actually kind of hopeful and happy, is still kind of like in that sad boy little.
Is it too late to fall in love tonight?
Yeah.
So fucking just super super sexy. It kind of reminds me of like this type of music. It makes me think of weirdly like Killswitch Engage and like metal and stuff, where it's like if I'm in a good mood, I'm in a great mood listening to Killswitch. If I'm pissed off, I'm like pissed off listening to Killswitch. And if I'm sad, I'm sad listening to Killswitch. Like, are there any bands that do that to you? Like, depending on the mood that you're in, the songs just hit you in a completely different way.
I mean, like for
versatile,
sure.
We're talking versatile vibes. You know what I mean?
Versatile vibes.
What band or album has a versatile vibe to you?
Man,
that's a good tagline for our fucking podcast, man. Earbuds podcast, versatile vibes.
Versatile vibes.
Because we talk about a lot of different shit.
Our vibes are fucking chill and cool.
No, but then
pretty much every time. So
and sometimes JC calls me out.
But that's fine. Upset. Mostly you deserve it.
God damn it. All right, I didn't know you were gonna take his side, but let's move on.
Wait. I remember one other good thing about the album. I like how safe it is. How like unrisky it is in most of its ventures. Like you can fall asleep to it real easily. It's not going to surprise you with anything.
Okay, gotcha. Because that felt like an insult for a second.
No. Like when you're looking for an album that sounds like 48 minutes of the same thing, then like this is the perfect thing for you.
You still haven't answered.
There are no snare hits that are gonna like pop out and like, oh.
Okay. You can be a dick in 2 minutes. Answer my question about what band puts you in, what band has versatile vibes for you?
Most of the versatile vibes come with my personal connection to an album. There aren't really a lot of bands that I feel that way.
So there's not a lot of like RX Bandits. Like when you're in a good mood, doesn't RX Bandits just hit super good? And then when you're in like a sad mood, RX Bandits can hit you in another way,
I guess I just tend to isolate those things. I didn't like I didn't ever even thought about it before.
Compartmentalize your vibes.
Like Rush is gonna be I feel old and I want to listen to
You
some
have like
classic
go-to stuff
music.
for the mood that you're in. It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
depending on
yeah.
the mood you're in, you can still listen to the same
I
shit.
mean, if I'm listening to the shit and I'm in a different mood, then I'm probably not going to turn it off, you know?
Okay. Okay.
But
Well,
this would be a weird album to listen to in like an angry mood or something.
yeah, it would, unless you're trying
But
to
maybe it
get
would
like
calm you
chilled out or
down, you
something, right?
know? Yeah.
All right, before we get into your long list of negatives, I have a few more positives for me on why I love this record. I think
Yeah.
the synths are just super wet and like dripping, and but also like somehow dusty and dry at the same time. Like it's weird.
I like in that they are all very, they take up a lot of room. The
Yeah.
synths take up a lot of room in the recording and the mixing. It's very surrounding. But maybe that the synth sound is clear to you, like it's
Maybe
kind
that's what
of,
it is. Yeah. It's like an apricot. It's like it's juicy while you're eating it, and then for some reason it dries out your mouth. Maybe I'm just allergic to the synth.
yeah.
Maybe I'm allergic to apricots.
Maybe you should. We'll check that out later.
We'll check back in
We have an allergy
offline.
episode coming up that I'm really looking forward to.
Offline. I think the music is all just like super pleasing on my ear, man. It's just like when you're stoned, especially when you're stoned or drunk, like getting involved in any sort of inebriating activity while you're listening to this, or like taking any sort of mind altering substances would definitely like benefit the listening
Right.
experience of this record. Like I truly think this music and this album specifically is better enjoyed like when you're on drugs, and or it's like a super rainy day, right? Or
Yeah.
like you're at the beach and it's chill, or just like a marathon, fuck sesh
There are a
or
couple
something. Like,
specific situations that this album is gonna benefit you more, and usually the chill fucking settings.
yes.
When I don't usually do this with albums, but I did take out some time in my day to like, I'm just gonna smoke and then listen to this album. I'm just gonna be in
Okay.
the bed. It's like, because I know that's
Give it the best chance
exactly,
it has, right?
that's the best chance it has. I know that's what Lucas would want me to fucking do.
Hey, thank you.
Um,
Salute. But didn't you feel like I love how like densely packed the music is too. Like it feels like there's not much going on, but there are like walls of sound throughout this album. It's either like a wall of sound coming at you, or it feels like you're in a completely empty room alone with the few instruments or sounds that are playing during like certain
it,
parts, you know?
well, I think maybe possibly his kind of method of writing music is that he kind of likes it to be all this formless surrounding noise rather than hearing like individual instruments, right? It's
Right.
just kind of this,
It's the production, right, dude? It's just like
yeah,
when all the stuff that's gonna all the components of the song all come in at the same time, it is just this rush of like feeling,
yeah,
just this like rush of emotion. And I just feel like the whole album is super cinematic, super moody. And I feel like if you want to vibe to that, and like you're willing it, like I think you would end up doing like your hand dance if you could slowly
I
vibe to
I,
this record, the
I like
whole
really,
thing. Really? Yeah. Oh, popping
I
at the pops at the end. Did it feel wrong? Did it hurt your
I
hand?
sprained my muscle a little bit. That's hard to do
You're going too
with such chill
fast.
vibes.
That's why you got to do Tai Chi.
I know.
You got to do Tai Chi. All
How
right.
many
All
times
right.
have you told me that,
How
Lucas? And
many
how
times? I've lost
I
count.
just never listen. I'm
I've
sorry.
lost count. All right. Well, while I open my second beer, I will go ahead and let you start blabbering about what you don't like about this record.
There's not that much. Just that.
Is it something that you like disliked so much that you don't even have a lot of bad things to say about it? Is that where we're at with this album?
No, I made sure. You know what's the most fucked up thing about this podcast in general, Lucas? Is that it
Your
absolutely
treatment
fucks
of
up.
me?
It fucks. Well, like, yeah, that's number 3 or 4.
Yeah, the abuse that I've fucking dealt with for the last year and some odd months.
Every time you've vulnerably given me an album and I just like absolutely roast it into
Yeah,
the
you fucking
fire.
farted on Exploding Hearts like 2 weeks ago. Now you're
I
fucking
believe it was more of a belch. situation.
that was
I don't believe it was.
That was a dry fart. This is a wet fart.
This is the wettest fucking fart.
It's a wet fart of an opinion.
I gotta kind of check after. Never mind. So
Leave it.
the thing that's most fucked up about this podcast in general is that both Lucas and I's algorithms on our streaming,
Yeah, fucked.
our
They're
music
fucked.
streaming things are fucked.
They're
They're
fucked.
just absolutely fucked.
Yeah, you're gonna have nothing but Twin Shadow and fucking Cut Coffee in your algorithm for the next like 2 weeks.
Because the albums, usually, the less I like an album, the more I've listened to it throughout the week to properly explain why I.
Hey, I commend you for that. Because I don't like something, I listen to it once and I go, you get what you get.
But that's our fucking dichotomy, baby.
Yeah,
that's the winning fucking formula.
Hey, that's the what is it? Voluptuous vibes. What did I say earlier?
I'm sure you've said voluptuous vibes
The
at
viscous
least
vibes.
a handful of times.
No.
Keep going.
Vulnerable vibes.
The vulnerable vibes.
Vivacious vibes.
The
versatile vibes.
Versatile vibes.
That's the versatile vibes of this podcast.
What I'm trying to say is I've listened to this album like 10 times this week.
Fuck, that's not good.
It's not good.
That's not good.
I've written down tempos. I've written down song structures.
Every song's the same.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to make sure that every song was the same and that I had proof.
Right.
But
there's something I didn't think about before I suggested this album was that I always forget that you hate like repetitive, super chill music. Like
I feel like
I don't know if you've liked any of those albums that I brought to the table so far. Because I like really repetitive stuff. I like droney stuff. I have anxiety, so I like music that really chills me out a lot of the times. I love metal and fucking crazy shit too, but it's mostly like I gravitate towards really chill stuff. That's why I listen to a lot of rap.
It's I need dynamic in my music for the most part. There are obviously exceptions, but I mean, even for me, an album like this is EDM levels of repetitive. Where it's almost like it's putting you in that trance. It's like a mantra. It's like a 40-minute mantra that's meditating you into this thing. I don't want to be meditated. You don't tell me when to meditate. You don't tell me when to calm my fucking emotions. You don't tell me when I'm zen. I'm fucking zen right now. You know what I'm saying?
You don't seem very zen.
My main gripe with this is that everything's the fucking same. The first 3 songs have ooh sections in them. You know what I'm fucking saying?
Is it muted? It's not. Every time I talk, it says JC Polk is talking.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's not going to show up on your video.
Okay, cool. No, I'm just making sure that it's not 2 mics picking me up. All right, I interrupted you. Go.
The first 3 songs have isolated ooh sections.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? 5 of the 10 songs have those. The first 3 songs are like within the 6 seconds of each other in length and very close in tempo.
Very close in tempo, but Too Late is one of the standouts on the record where one of the things I do have to say, which is not a bad thing for me, it's not a negative thing for me, but it probably is for you and a lot of people, is that every song starts pretty much the exact same way.
Every song is
singing to a stripped down version of what the verse is going to be, the second verse. And when he gets to the chorus, all the music comes in like that wall of sound we were talking about.
Yeah.
And personally, I think it's effective every time. But once you notice that pattern, it can either take it away from the experience because you're just like, oh my God, he's doing the same thing again. Or it can add to the experience because it's almost like the drop in a fucking dubstep song. It's like, when the song is about to pop off, like in T-minus 20 seconds, this shit's gonna fucking, I'm gonna get that wall of sound. Like as much, as much as a fucking washed out song could pop off, that's when it pops off.
Yeah. My main gripe with that in particular is that he uses all these parts in the same way too. It's not just that
same way.
It's not just that it's intro, verse, chorus, like outro or whatever. It's just that every verse is quiet, every chorus booms with the music, Every intro is just like one or two of the instruments coming in. Every
Yep.
outro is just
It just
all
plays
it's
out.
all
It's
used the
it's
same
the
exact
same
way.
thing. It's the same
The
song.
lyrics
It's
on
almost
every
the same
song.
melodies on a lot of the
No,
stuff.
I'm telling you, the harmonies are the fucking same on each song. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
in a lot of them. Yeah, for sure.
Every song has harmonies. I don't know music theory, but I know they're all like, yeah, my vocal style is I have my main vocal, I have the fifth and the seventh of that vocal.
Sure.
And it's every single fucking song. All the lyrics are might as well be the same. It's all the same stuff. He said that this album reflects all the stages of a relationship. If that stage is love at first sight and then we're breaking up.
Okay, I get that. With the is it too late to fall in love tonight? You know, bow
Yeah,
now.
but like that one song is the beginning of a relationship, and every other song, all nine other songs are about the same exact thing, where it's like
Yeah,
this couple's about to split up.
they're literally like I was saying earlier. Like it's either you're about to break up, you just broke up, or you broke up a year ago. Like it's yeah,
The production is consistent. The instruments he uses, the as far as I can tell, the keys of the songs all
pretty
seem to
much all the
be
same.
the same.
Yeah,
Every time you hear a drum fill, it will be the same drum fill,
dude.
aside from that one song, which I
Dude.
like.
Yeah,
I
I
do
love
like
it.
that
I
fill.
love it,
I
man.
have to admit, like
I
I
love
love
it.
those drums.
Yes, me too.
Um, but yeah, it's just the repetitiveness. I can't go through 40 minutes of something like
It's
this
just
being
yeah,
repetitive.
this music is just not made for you, man. And it's
It's like
so
that's kind of
tailored for
why
someone like me.
it's why I don't listen to punk. I like writing punk, but I can't listen to punk because it's
Kind of
usually
repetitive.
all kind of repetitive, kind of the same.
You're not listening to the right punk, man.
I know. No, I know some punk bands. I know some fucking guys that I go to.
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking
Um,
about like Bad Religion, yeah, everything sounds the same. If you're talking about No Effects, sure, I'm with you. You
right.
know, but
No, I'm listening to Idols. I'm listening to
oh,
fucking
Idols is
Hairs.
they're sick, dude. I think Bigwig honestly is one of the punk bands that not enough people talk about. And I know I've told you about them before. And they
You
are
have.
fucking fantastic. And every song sounds different from them. And I love it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I would say too, like the amount that we've kind of big up to the production on this record, uh, it's still so funny to me. Like I love the production, but it's still so funny to me. Like even when there's finally an acoustic guitar, something natural,
Yeah.
something like something auxiliary or
Yeah.
whatever. Can you say that about guitars? Is it just drums so you can say auxiliary?
You can say whatever you want, baby. I ain't gonna
Thanks, babe.
stop you.
Thank you. Well, on Game of Chance, right? That's the song I'm talking about. I love that it's
Yeah.
like even when they finally have an organic instrument, like they have to make it as
They still
wet
mod the
as
fuck
like
out of
yeah,
it.
they have to make it
Yeah.
as like wet as digitally possible. And there's never a moment on the album that feels grounded or like down to earth with the music. Nothing feels organic or everything feels simulated. Everything feels like it has to be ethereal. It has to be dreamy or
Yeah.
it's nothing according to Washed Out, right? Like
And
I
that's
love the fucking and on Game of Chance, just while we're talking about that song, like I love the fucking cheesy gordita crunch of a moment when that fucking Spanish guitar plays. It's like little solo
yeah,
halfway
yeah.
through the
It
song.
has
Like
that little
that should
bridge.
sound so fucking lame, and it sort of does, and I still fucking love it.
I mean,
I still love the lame parts on this album.
we may or may not get to the we may or may not talk about that song more in our next segment, but
Oh,
hello,
hello.
hello, hello.
Hello. Is it
But
are we getting into choice nugs
I will
territory?
say, I will say,
Okay.
I smoked some weed.
You did.
I laid down. All right, I put this album on.
You did what you were supposed to do
I
listening to
did
this
what I was
album.
supposed to do,
What happened?
and look, I fucking vibed. I fell asleep. I woke
Nice.
up, and I thought like, hell yeah, this is a fun vibe, man.
Did you wake up halfway through the record?
It doesn't matter where I was in the record. It
Did you
like
wake up when the record was off and you were like, "Oh, I like this"? Is that what you're getting at?
no, I got to song 3, and then I think I woke up at like song 8. So it's
Nice.
like a
And you
good
got it.
like a good little nap.
You
It's
got
like
it there. Like, is this just gonna become one of your alarm songs now? Like one song from
Yeah,
this
this is
record.
gonna be the song to alert me at attention.
You're like, I don't care if I get tired of this song. Remember like back in the day when you can assign, like I had like, alarm clocks that had CD players in them that you could assign like play this track to wake me up,
Yeah.
What a great fucking idea until you realize like I'm going to pick my favorite song. And then
Yeah, and
after
then
that, like you realize that you're mad every day that you have to wake up
it
for
becomes
school.
your least
So like I
favorite
fucking
song.
hate that song now. Like
That's
I don't want to listen to, Every Morning by Sugar Ray every goddamn morning anymore. Now it makes me mad when I used to love that song.
that's why whenever I hear someone's alarm out in public, I get like this feeling of dread.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard about like phone anxiety or something like that, where like literally the vibration of your phone or the sound of your phone going off like immediately gives you anxiety. I had that for a long time.
Right. I mean, well, just everything that comes with having a phone.
Yeah, and that's why I thought about getting rid of my phone for several times in my
Well, don't
in my
don't
life.
don't do that.
No, I'm off the grid, bruh.
Oh shit.
I want to get off the
Isn't
grid.
this gonna kind of ruin that whole thing? Or
Nah, I can still do this. Don't
right, because
don't think about the fucking
nobody watches.
the
Or,
parameters are like just exactly like we're already off the grid doing this podcast. No one
right.
cares.
Okay. Well, do you want to
Yeah,
fucking smoke our way into
yes.
the next segment, sir?
We're gonna take another hit and we're gonna talk about our choice nugs.
This fucking Blue Magoo.
This oh, look at that pipe. I like that pipe.
Yeah, I got.
That's one that you bought when you got to Seattle, right?
That is one that my friend gave me when I moved to Seattle.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was gifted.
I have not bought a single thing that I have. I have this rolling tray, I have a second pipe, I have a grinder.
Dude, that's the thing with stoners, man. Like they'll own 12 bongs and be like, please fucking take one. They'll have 3 rolling trays for some reason. They're like, I don't even need 2.
Apparently, no one in Seattle uses rolling trays.
What, they're too good for it?
They like the flavor of like the table or the floor or something.
They like the nice, the nice seasoning, like a good cast iron skillet of rolling on the fucking kitchen counter.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, that one got roasty. That one got roasty.
Oh boy.
I might have.
I don't know how this chit chat's gonna go, man.
Might have combusted a little bit there. Ugh, not good. Yeah, the flame was too high.
All right, let's get into the fucking choice nugs, which are our 2
favorite
songs on the album.
It is time. It is time for choice nugs. It is time. It is time. It is time for choice nugs.
And you're doing that because I always forget to put.
I don't do it anymore either, man.
Damn.
I don't put the songs in anymore. All right. Well, like how we like to do, how we're wont to do. The choice nugs are, like we've said, I don't know if we said it yet or if we said it before,
thought I did,
but our choice nugs are our 2 favorite songs on the record, and that term actually comes from what we're doing right now, smoking weed. The choice nugs are the best nugs in the bag of weed.
Lucas, real quick, sorry, we can edit this out. You said weed is what we're supposed to be smoking?
Yeah, you're not smoking like K2 or fucking potpourri or anything, right?
No.
I was like, Blue Magoo sounds like some fucking catnip or some shit.
Well, back in my fucking
back in your nip in your darkest nip days.
this is what got me by in the darkest of nip days.
I'm
smoking weed.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
I thought so. No,
yeah.
But I mean, we can get into our choice nugs, our 2 favorite songs on the record. But before that, we have to sift through the fucking maybe the popcorn nugs, you might call it, or what we also call the narnerable mentions.
See, I love that name.
Yeah, our songs that we the popcorn nugs. You like that?
No, I like the narnerable mentions.
Oh, because you came up with that. That's why you like it.
Yeah, and it sounds really good too.
So they're not your favorite songs, but you like them a lot. What are your non-honorable mentions, if any? Kind of would be surprised if you have any at this point. I'm gonna feel betrayed if you don't. I was gonna say that right now.
Until you said that, I was just gonna straight up lie and choose a few, but I feel like you've given me like an open kind of runway to land on.
Oh, really? This feels like a safe space because it shouldn't.
Oh, well, in that case, Too Late was a good opener. I thought that was pretty neat. Haunt was a good closer.
Yep.
Reckless Desires was a good middle song. and Don't Go was a good 8th song. I liked.
Jesus, we got like all the same honorable mentions, honorable mentions.
Yeah, man.
Nice,
Was it
nice.
because of the where it was in the track list for you too, or was it just me?
I don't know. Like I wasn't thinking like this is a great number 5 song. Like that wasn't really what I was thinking.
That's
But
the first thing I think about.
I like Reckless Desires because of the like sort of like reggae twinkly piano stuff going on in the back with like that deep bass. I like the dancey vibes on that one. Don't Go. I thought it was like, you know, Game of Chance and Leave You Behind are probably my least favorite songs on the record, but Don't Go is like the slow song on the album that I actually like a lot. Because his vocal, he sounded kind of bored on Game of Chance and Leave You Behind. He sounded like he was actually putting some emotion into his voice on Don't Go. And yeah, Haunt is a great closer, man. It almost sounded like a sexy like 80s horror movie song or something. It was kind of horror. But yeah, what is your first choice, Nug?
My first choice, Nug, I think everyone is gonna agree. Probably one of the better songs on the record is Game of Chance. I really liked the. I
I feel like
liked
you haven't
how.
listened to anything I've said for the last whatever.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I wasn't
Just go ahead.
listening to.
Just go ahead. Yeah, I know.
Game of Chance. Why didn't you like it? Come on.
I thought it was just too cheesy. Like I liked it, but it was just it's not that I dislike it. It's just that it's my probably my least favorite song, my second least favorite song on the record.
All right. Well, in my case, I really liked the classic guitar that was on here. I was
Yeah.
like
It
assuming
should
it's
have
a
been cheesy,
classic or
but
a
it wasn't.
Latin.
Yeah.
I especially loved that solo in the middle. That was a nice like it's like the one instrument he probably had to mic on this record, and it's like
Yeah. Even though
that's
even though it
cool.
felt like a Christina Aguilera kind of like bridge moment, you still liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
I think I didn't notice any change in his vocal delivery on the entire album, but I
Okay,
guess I
well,
just wasn't
we're
observant
all
enough.
wrong sometimes.
I knew this was gonna. This is a hostile fucking episode.
Well. You
This
said
is a.
you
I'm
two
fighting for my life here.
literally 2 minutes ago. You said it was a safe space. So, what are you, a flip flopper? Fucking John Kerry over here.
Look, I just like to go with the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I going with the flow. I'm gonna say my first choice, Nug, is the first song on the album. It's Too Late.
Yep, that makes sense. You talked about it a couple times.
It's it's the first. It's like it sets you up so perfectly for like the etherealness of the album. And again, it has the 80s percussion, the fucking Phil Collins drums that mean
Yes.
you love. It has that deep, like warbly, glitchy synth going on, like during the chorus, and all the harmonized vocals are great. The pan synth stuff is super like pleasing on my ear. It's super cinematic. It feels like it should be in a Michael Mann movie, or some like in the new Batman or something. Like it deserves it
The new
deserves that
Batman?
place. Yeah, did you see the Batman?
Yeah, I mean I don't think it's that vibe though. I don't think it's like something in the way vibe.
I think it could be like in a club scene where he, is like about to hook up with, I don't know. What was that?
Nothing. Keep on trucking, man.
Keep it's not even alcoholic. What is that?
That's fucking
Oh, it is.
Smirnoff.
Okay.
That's 8%, baby. That's the
Wow.
highest they got in Seattle.
Oh, they're canning Smirnoff Ice now.
Yeah,
That's
they got these
okay.
like
That's how
little
low
combos
that's
now.
how low it's fallen. All right. Well, what is as you take a sip? What is your second choice, Nug, on the record?
Man, my second choice snug on the record has got to
Can I guess?
be. Yeah, sure.
Is it Paralyzed?
It's close. Take a second guess.
Paralyzed.
No, it's not that one.
Okay.
Do you want to like guess another song or?
I think I'm not going to at this point.
Try anyway.
Paralyzed.
It's not that one.
Okay.
Okay. The second choice snug that I have, my second favorite song in the album, is a little song that goes by the name of "Time to Walk Away."
Oh, that was one of my Narner rules, dude.
Yep, I like the little he added a little extra percussion. It sounded like
Mm-hmm.
um not like timpanis, but something akin to that in the background.
Mm-hmm. I love it was a very cheesy sounding song. It was another cheesy one. It
They're
almost
all
reminded me of like
cheesy.
they're all cheesy, yeah, but this one almost reminded me of like Ace of Base levels of cheese, you know, or like Enya or something. But there was a cool like reggae vibe, almost like a like dance hall vibe to it at times.
Yeah,
I
they
really
kind of
like that.
have that whole little da gaga gaga gaga
Yeah,
gaga
yeah, and then in the
gaga.
chorus, it just opens up into this like banger of like a club ballad or something, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, my hot pocket's ready. Sorry.
Awesome, man. Well,
Yeah.
let's get to what's your second nug? Hurry.
Oh,
Hurry before they get
mine's
cold.
yeah, my bad. Yeah, it's gonna get cold. Mine is Paralyzed, dude. By far my favorite song on the record.
I wouldn't have guessed it.
Dude, there's multiple times on this album that I get major Sade vibes, and this is one of those songs for sure. Like I looked up what Sade's genre was on Wikipedia, and there was two that I liked a lot. Sophistopop, I liked a lot, and Quiet Storm for like a fucking genre. And I thought Quiet Storm was perfect for Sade, man. Right?
I unfortunately have not listened to a lot of
It's
Sade.
basically like R&B performed in like the fucking smooth ass romantic steamy R&B, you know? And I feel like
A lot like
Paralyzed,
this song.
yeah, Paralyzed is super romantic and steamy, and all the instrumentation super dreamy and like heavy and dense. Like it's a very dense song. There's a lot going on. Um yeah, and I loved, even like we said, like there's a lot of cheesy on this record. Like I loved all the twinkly synth that sounds like a shitty early 90s like New Kids on the Block song or something. And I loved it. It didn't take it away from it at all for me.
Yeah, man.
But all right, let's get into ratings. We have to rate
All
this.
right. This
I
is
don't think I have another hit in my thing, so you know, I'm
I
tapped.
well, just take an extra big swig of your
Yeah.
drink there.
Yeah. Woo, I'm drinking, I've never had this beer before. It's by Fall
What is
Brewing. It's
that?
called Goo Goo Muck. And I got it literally because it has the Cramps album cover, but it's like a mouse or some shit.
It's like a devil or
It's
something.
like a devil mouse. Oh no, that's just a devil. Yeah, it's good though. It's really strong. That blue magoo and that goo goo muck. That's what we're both doing. Goos.
Gotta fucking dink, you know?
Are we okay?
A
Yeah.
little dink.
Anyway, so I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna rate this album first. I obviously
right.
loved this record. I have loved this record. I listened to it for the first time a couple of years ago for that daily albums review shit I was doing.
Yeah.
So I just, yeah, man, it's just it's a super vibe that I just like completely connect with. It's very chill. Very, very fun to listen to when I'm high or have had a few drinks. So that adds a lot to it. And it's a great like driving album. And it just, you know, it makes me fucking think and feel. And I like that about this record.
And that's it. I know that's what you look for in a lot of music.
Yeah. Most
Is
people.
the think and feel.
Most people that aren't, you know, dead inside. Like some people I know.
All right, I told you about my fucking devil corruption in private, sir.
Devil corruption?
Yeah, like my soul is empty, so a fucking devil,
Right. Well,
you know, is infested in.
I can pick that up auditorily.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rate this a. I'm gonna wait for that car to drive by. I'm gonna rate this like an 8.4. It's
The
high,
lady,
dude.
the lady doth praise too much.
Yeah, no, there's just there's something about this record, man. It connects with my fucking vibrations.
I did like I thought this was the furthest thing from you for some reason. I thought you listened to this. I thought you hadn't listened to this album before you brought it on the podcast.
I did that only once, and I think you got really upset with me, so I haven't done it since.
Well, I think we just both were like, it's all right, I guess.
Yeah, it was a
wasn't
shame.
fun episode.
It was a shame.
But yeah, I didn't expect you to like this, and I am so you ranked it so fucking high.
8.4, man. I don't know if you remember that when I reviewed this the first time, but I gave it something like an 8.2 or something.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I am gonna be
I've always
gonna be a little
out.
lower than that. Probably not a whole, like probably not more than like 1.
Bullshit.
But we'll see. I'm gonna kind of reason my way towards that.
Oh, great.
It's all washed out, baby. It's all chill wave. If you're in a chill wave, then you like it being repetitive.
Yeah.
If you're not into stuff being repetitive, probably not in the chill wave. And that is where I end up. It's kind of a little point where it's like this line and it goes like boop, boop, boop. When most lines are like pew, pew,
Oh boy. You said this was gonna go somewhere, I think. I think you promised that.
It's gonna be a 2 from me.
No.
Look, the production is good, it's dreamy, it's roomy, it's ethereal. But I just don't fucking want that, It's like when I listen to it and I'm like, all right, this is a vibe. This is something that I would put in the background of a party and it'd be totally chill.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not anything I'm into. If I'm trying to be a little more chill, this is like not the kind of music I'm gonna go to.
All right, a 2. That honestly, after the first time I re-listened to this album, I was like, oh shit, Ash is not gonna like this at all. I did not think you were gonna be a 2.
I mean, if you wanna cash at me some money, I could bump it to a 3.
All right, I'll after the episode. So you want to bump it up to a 3 now?
Yeah, sure. I'll bump it up to a 3.
All right, cool. Yeah. I'll send you
It was nice to fall asleep too.
Nice. See, there you go. And you've been needing help falling asleep lately. You're welcome.
That's fucking true. Yeah.
Nada.
Damn.
Well, buds, what did you guys think of this album? Have you listened to Purple Noon by Washed Out? Because we want to know if you like it or not. We want to know if you agree with Ash for some reason, or if you agree with me for a lot of reasons. Follow us on Instagram at EBPcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just look up Earbuds Podcast. If the video version of this has some, more stuff going on in it. If you want to go watch the video,
it's got some hand motions that I did.
Yeah,
it's got some edits.
We're now at we're a very visual podcast at this point. I think
I feel, I tried so hard. I hardly make any edits that. I mean, it's just when you're visual, it's a whole different feeling.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more effort, to be honest.
I try, like, I think constantly in my mind when doing a podcast episode is like, don't alienate the people that are just listening. Don't rely too much on like visual gags and stuff. But it's hard to remember. I'm looking at you fucking mug. Yeah. And we're just hanging out. We're just playing around. And
I was listening to an episode of ours the other day, like an old one, and it was one that, like, for some reason I couldn't see your video feed on it. And I was and I was probably 45 minutes in before I mentioned it. And I was like, holy shit, I never would have thought that I couldn't see Ash like while we were recording that, because it didn't seem like, but we were so used to just like, just I don't know, it is such a different feeling.
Yeah. It's a good thing to think about if you're going into a podcast, but here's an important other thing. Yeah. Don't go into an album review podcast, because we're already doing that. Yeah. And I think it'd be a little rude if y'all kind of like stepped on that. I think we're the first ones to do it. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken. Like first or second.
We're litigious too. Yeah. So yeah.
We
don't wanna do it.
We spend like all our money on lawyers.
We don't want to do it. Yeah. We don't. Yeah.
It's like a hobby retainers. Yeah.
But if you like the video portion of it, give it a like, subscribe, We have new episodes every week. We have fresh drops coming every weekend of albums that came out that week. Classic album reviews on Mondays, and on Wednesdays we're releasing chit chats. It's just like random conversations that me and Ash have about something music related. So you might find something you like in any of those things. But until we see you again, Ash, I think this was good.
Lucas, this was good.
The episode was better than the album, would you say?
I would say so, but I basically lost my fucking mind halfway through that episode.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be one to know.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll find out after it's posted.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, bye, Luke.
Bye.